A long time ago, in a village hidden between the thick forest and the red earth, there lived a girl named Zara. She wasn't the kind of girl anyone noticed in the crowd. She had a quiet look and a skin as dark as the river clean. She barely smiled, not because she wasn't kind or happy by nature, but because life hadn't given her much to smile about. Zara's mother, Ifunanya, had passed away when Zara was 10. One minute, she was healthy, dancing to the beat of a talking drum at the New Yam festival. The next, she was gone, taken by a snake bite while searching for bitter leaves in the bush. After that, the sun stops rising in Zara's world. Her father, Mazi Okafor, was a respected hunter, but not much of a talker. After burying Ifunanya, he went silent for weeks. Then one evening, he returned from the forest with a woman named Abomma, and she simply said, "This is your new mother." Zara was 11 when Abomma moved in, and from that moment, nothing was ever the same. At first, Abomma pretended to be nice. She made Zara call her mama, gave her a wrapper, and told her stories by the fire. But that didn't last. The moment she gave birth to her twin daughters, Obi and Nnenna, Abomma turned cold. No, cold wasn't even the word. She became mean. The kind of mean that doesn't shout or slap often, but quietly breaks your spirit. Zara became the maid in her own house. She woke up before everyone else. If she didn't sweep the compound before the rooster crowed, she was flogged. If the palm oil in the soup was too much, she was called a disgrace. If one of the twins tripped over a stone, somehow it was Zara's fault. Her father said nothing. He became a ghost in the house, always away, hunting or drinking palm wine. If Zara came to him crying, he would say, "Don't disturb me with women matter." Zara quickly learned the rules. Never eat meat unless given. Always speak after everyone else. Smile when insulted or whap. And above all, never outshine the twins. Every day was the same routine. She would walk 3 hills to fetch water with a leaking calabash. She fetched firewood, peeled yam, washed the twins' clothes, and still had to sit through Abamma's endless complaints. One time, she mistakenly burned the okra soup because the baby goats ran off. Abamma poured the soup on her leg while saying, "So your spirit is too stubborn, eh?" Zara limped for a week. Another time, she gave her a piece of yam to a beggar at the village square. Abamma found out and made her kneel on the broken palm kernels for dusk till dawn. But Zara never lost her heart. She still smiled at the baby goats. She still helped old Mama Nkechi carry her basket of vegetables. She made toys out of dry corn husks for crying toddlers. She even asked for nothing at all. Not new clothes, not shoes, not even love. Now in this village, there was a deep belief. On Afo Day, no one must go to the stream. It was the day water goddess Miriam bathed in the sacred pool. If anyone entered the stream on that day, it was said the gods would be angry. They would cause madness or drag you into the water forever. But of course, Abomma knew this. Everyone knew. Which is why, on that hot afternoon, after Zara had just come back from the farm with sore fingers, Abomma handed her a calabash and said, "Go and fetch me water." Zara looked at the sky. It was Afo. She hesitated, but Mama, it is forbidden to. Abomma slapped her. "If you don't bring that water, don't bother coming back to this house." Zara's hands trembled. She looked at her little room made of mud and touched grass, her torn mat, her old slippers, her bruised knees, and somehow she still wanted to come back to that life because it was the only life she knew. So she picked the calabash and walked towards the river. The river was too quiet. Not even a bird made the sound. Not a rustle from the bushes. The air was heavy, the kind that makes you feel like someone is watching. Zara bent to scoop water quickly, but as she lifted the calabash, a gush of wind blew. Not normal wind. This one whispered. It sounded like someone calling her, Zara. She turned sharply. Nothing was there. Then the water rippled. Not like from a fish, but something inside it was rising. And from the middle of the stream, 3 women appeared. They weren't walking. They were floating above the water. Their skins were shining, not fair or dark, but almost silver. Their eyes glowed. Their voices sounded like singing and thunder at once. Zara screamed and fell on her knees. Please don't take me. I didn't want to come. My stepmother sent me. One of them stepped forward. She had long hair that danced like the river waves. We know, child, she said. You are the one who gave your food to the hungry. The one who helps but asks for nothing. You, Zara, have suffered, but you still love. The third one raised her hand and held out a glowing blue leaf. Take it. Zara was shaking, but she reached out. The moment the leaf touched her palm, it melted like soap under the hot sun, and her entire body became warm, like fire from inside her bones. What's happening to me? She whispered. The tallest one spoke again. From this day, Zara, whatever your hands touch will be healed. Corpses, animals, people, your pain is now your power. Zara opened her mouth to speak, but the women had vanished into a mist. The river went still. She stood up, confused and shaking. Then she had a goat bleating behind her. It was limping. She bent to pet it and said, Poor thing. The moment her hand touched it, the goat stood straight and walked away like it never limped in the first place. Zara gasped. When she got home, Abama didn't even look at her. She just took the water and mumbled, Useless child, so you survived. But strange things began to happen. The next day, Obi was coughing endlessly. Zara touched her on the shoulder by accident. The coughing stopped immediately. A neighbor's cassava farm was drying up. Zara helped her carry the basket through it. The next week, green shot out began to grow again. Old Papa Ebuka's arthritis disappeared after Zara helped him with his hands during a festival. Zara didn't understand everything yet, but she knew something had changed, something big. It came like wind, fast, invisible and unstoppable. Coronavirus had entered the village. At first, people thought it was just another dry season fever. But then, one man started coughing blood. A woman collapsed while pounding yam. Children started losing their appetite. The market square became a ghost town overnight. Nobody knew what to do. People said it was the punishment for the gods for drinking beer in front of the shrine. Others said it was brought by a man who had visited his brother in the city. But whatever the reason, people were falling ill, and worse, they were dying. Call Zara! Zara stayed inside her hut, confused and afraid. She had helped people who with headaches, fever, bad legs and sick goats. But this virus was something else. It was fast. It was silent. And it didn't care if you were rich, poor, old or young. 3 people had died already. The chief's son was risen. His wife cried out his hurt. No one dared to go close to him. Then one morning, a child came running into Zara's compound. Auntie Zara, come quick. Mama Obi is dying. Zara's eye widened. Who? Your mother or stepmother or something, the boy said, breathless. Zara paused. Was it a joke? But then she heard shouting from the compound. Neighbors were gathering. Aboma was lying on the ground, sweating and trembling and gasping for air. She touched the twins the morning someone whispered. Now Nnenna is coughing too. Obi had fainted earlier and was now lying under the mango tree. Zara stood outside the gate, staring. This was the same woman who made her scrub toilet with a broken sponge. The woman who poured hot pap on her back for spilling beans. The woman who told people she was cursed. Now she was lying on the floor, helpless, begging for bread. Zara, please, Abama coughed. Help me. Zara looked at her father. He was crying too, head bowed in shame. Even the village stood quietly watching. Everyone's eye turned to Zara. She could feel it. The warmth in her hand, the familiar energy buzzing in her palms. She could walk away. Or she could heal the woman who tried to break her. She sighed, then walked forward. She knelt beside Aboma, the woman who could barely lift her head. Tears rolled from the corners of her eyes. Zara didn't say a word. She simply placed her both palms on Aboma's chest and waited. Seconds passed. Then Aboma coughed. Again. Then once more. Then she opened her eyes wide like someone waking from a deep sleep. Everyone gasped. Aboma sat up. What has she whispered? Zara handed her a cup. She drank it slowly without trembling. Her body calmed. Her face cleared. Her chest rose and fell smoothly. She was healed. From that day, Zara stopped hiding. People lined up outside her hut. Mothers, fathers, children. Some carried sick babies. Others brought dying animals. She healed them all. She didn't demand any money, only that they go home, treat others with kindness, and share food with the poor. Her name spread across the region. Even radio reporters from nearby town came to ask for her interviews, but she refused. She said, I just want peace. I am not a celebrity. I am a girl who was sent to die at the stream and came back with a gift. One day, someone asked her, why did you heal your stepmother after all she did to you? Zara smiled and said, because if I didn't, I would be carrying the same bitterness that nearly destroyed her. I rather carry healing. Aboma, after recovering, tried to act like nothing happened. She came outside wearing her best wrapper and greeted Zara, my lovely daughter. Please forgive your mother. You know it was the devil. Zara raised an eyebrow. Which devil? The one you served hot pap or the one you told I was cursed? Even Obi and Nnenna started calling her Big Sis. One day, Obi even asked, can you heal my bad grades in school? Zara laughed. No, but I can heal the laziness if you give me your phone. The twins were never quite the same. They became softer, humble. They sat beside Zara under the mango tree and helped her grind pepper for the village soup. Even Abama, although still a bit dramatic, became a better person. She started telling women at the market, don't stress your stepchildren too much. One day they might be your savior. The moral lesson of this story is, your story doesn't end in suffering. That river that tried to drown you may become the same that saves you. Never stop being good, even when no one claps for you. And that night, under the stars, With laughter ringing from every corner of the village, Zara sat at her mat, petting her cat and smiling. Not because life had been easy, but because she had survived it and turned her pain into power. Hey besties! We have come to the end of this very interesting story. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you will never miss on whenever I post a new story. Till I come your way again. Bye.